All right, my friends, welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I have to take that L because I am just another selfish, stupid, filthy YouTuber that is using AMD to to grow the channel while at the same time using Nvidia as my preferred GPU. Um, yeah, man, I'm just like everybody else. So, all right, guys, let's get into this because I know that's what a lot of people think. I mean, obviously that's exactly what it is. That's what it looks like right now because I mean, frankly, I am, more prone to be using the 4080 Super right now. And to be completely honest with you guys, here's the thing. People say Nvidia is the best. Well, it is, but are you going to spend that money to get the best? And I'm not going to sit here and try to say that Nvidia is the best on everything because it's simply not. There's things that AMD does better, clearly, but there are things that obviously, honestly guys, it's probably just because I spent so much money on this 4080 Super and now I want to use it because I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to get my money's worth out of it. And to tell you the truth, I was completely happy with the 7900 XT, and I knew I shouldn't have never bought the 4080 Super. I should have never bought this card. I should have never bought it. But, man, views were drying up. The channel was dying. So I decided I wanted to see if I could get it to stay alive just a little while longer. Because the truth is, I sometimes I just don't even know what to cover anymore because it just seems like either everything that I need to cover needs to either be negative or I need to jump on whatever train or bandwagon everybody else is doing so that I can continue to grow the channel. And I I I, I just don't know, man. So I don't know if I'm going to keep covering PC content much longer. I know that there's a lot of people that like it, and obviously the numbers speak for themselves. More people watch it. You know, everybody. I mean, all the little crybabies that want to cry every time I talk about AMD, and they get all sad, and their eyes start watering up every time I make an AMD video or tell everybody that I switched my Nvidia GPU back to my AMD GPU. They get all teary eyed and everything, and that sucks, man. But at the same time, like this whole world is so tribalistic now, and like it's so dumb, dude. Like everybody is just so primed to be negative towards like everything, and it really sucks, man. It really does make me feel like covering covering video games on YouTube. I mean, like take this for instance, okay? Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming out in November, and instead of being hyped and excited for this game, I have to sit and listen to people bashing it all the time over over Ubisoft putting a black person in like one of the protagonist roles in Japan. And like I get it, I mean, like Ubisoft probably should have not done that, but at the same time, if you've been playing Assassin's Creed games as long as I have, they've always went out of their way to do like weird quirky things, to bring, to like enhance history. I call it enhancing history. It's not 100% like, you know, it's not like 100% like to the T, when it comes, but it does borrow from it, and it does elaborate, and it does, it makes the experience cool. Like it adds an element to the historical fact, or the historical time periods that just seem cool. And that's one of the biggest reasons I love Assassin's Creed, and it's like one of my favorite franchises. Do I care if Yasuki is black? No, not at all. Absolutely, I don't care. I'm perfectly okay with that character. Want to play as that character? Definitely interested in playing as Naoi. I mean, it's one of those things where I am just so sick and tired of the negativity all the time that it just gets it just because I have to utilize it too, and it sucked. I wish that I could just make good solid content and get the views and grow the channel, because yeah, at the end of the day, if the channel's not growing and I'm just sitting here spinning my wheels, what's the point? Like what's the point? I mean, I want to make content that people want to watch, And if I can't do that, then like what's the point of doing all this? Because it's yeah, it is a monumental cost of financial cost that I put into this channel. And I don't beg anybody for money. I don't beg for donations. I don't beg for freaking, for you to sign up to my Patreon. I don't do none of that. I pay for this stuff by myself. And all I care about, like literally all I care about is getting the views and making the money from ad revenue from YouTube. Like I don't sit here and beg anybody for anything. I'm not, beating down Nvidia or AMD's or Xbox's or PlayStation's door begging for freaking free game codes or anything like that. There's a few websites that I get on, and if I see a game that I want to try, I request a key, and they either say no or they don't. But I'm not out there begging or trying to find all these PR people or anything like that. I'm doing this on my own to try to, make content for people that want that kind of content. Like I'm not beholden to any one of these companies. I'm not. Like I don't even care. Some days I'm like 100% like, yeah, dude, Nvidia's cool. And then the next day I'm like I run into something that like AMD does better, and I want to switch my GPU out again. It really is stuff that trivial that gets me to want to, either use the AMD card or use the Nvidia card. It really is trivial, but at the end of the day, like right now, dude, I paid almost $1,200 for this 4080 Super. Yeah, I want to use it. I definitely want to use it. I want to put it in the PC. I want to use it. I want to make content for it. I want to try to make some of that fucking money back. Because I clearly didn't need it. I already had, a freaking 7900 XT. And then to top that off, I went out and bought the AM5 platform. I got a 7800 X3D and bought a new freaking motherboard. And, I swear, dude, I swear. Like, trying to chase all of this nonsense all the time, it really just gets frustrating. It gets old, I get worn out. I get tired of, trying to create content. Especially, I know how people are. I know how people are these days. Everybody just wants to bitch. Everybody just wants to be angry. Everybody just wants to throw in their 2 cents and run off, that's fine and dandy, but I take things pretty literally, and I try to care about what everybody says. And so it really does get to a point where it's like, sometimes just the wrong comment at the wrong time depending on my mood can like really set things off and like really set me off. And all I hear is people that have probably never done anything in their life, never created anything in their life, probably don't even work, probably live in their mom's basement, come into my comment section saying stupid stuff and saying mean things, and it's like, what have you guys done to better society? What have you done to better society? I'm here, I make content, I try to freaking do that. I get up, I go to work every day, I take care of my family. What have you done instead of just typing off some little rude comment to try to come at me because you feel bad that I like AMD or something, or you feel bad that I like Nvidia, or you feel bad that I don't that I like Xbox more than PlayStation. Dude, I'm a human being. I'm allowed to have preferences. I'm allowed to be, biased toward the stuff I like. That's the whole point of like making content, is to like there's content creators that get sent free stuff and paid money to like a product, to make a video to tell you that they like a product. Then there's people like me that buy our own products. We like those products, so we make content for those products. And I don't know, man. I would probably trust the guy that buys the products and is happy with them over the guy that gets paid and gets the free stuff just to just to make that. Now I've covered a lot of products on this channel since I started. Mainly video games. I've covered other stuff, but when it comes to like this whole AMD versus Nvidia thing, guys, I do think that Nvidia is super overhyped, and I do think that AMD is definitely undervalued in the PC space. I do, and that's always, and I've been firm on that. I'm 100% happy with either team. I could use either card. I could take out the 4080 Super right now, throw in the 7900 XT, and absolutely be happy. I do consider that sometimes, just taking back my gaming life, because not only do I have to sit here and think about content to put out every single day, I still gotta go to work to pay the bills. I still have to do everything else that I normally do before, and still try to find time to enjoy gaming. And it sucks sometimes, guys. It really sucks. Like, it starts to wear on you. I start to get more cynical. I start to get more frustrated. When I'm wasting all of that time, well, not wasting all of that time, but when I'm so focused on trying to do stuff, and literally the only thing I can think to come up with is another AMD versus Nvidia video. If you even realized how busy my life is and how busy my days are, and all the work and effort that I put into to running this channel, to doing my regular job, to spending time with the kids, to enjoying my favorite things, like, maybe you would probably like stop and be like, "Oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't say any rude stuff," because you know what, guys, at the end of the day, I own both GPUs. I can use whatever I want. If I want to rock AMD for a day or two, I'll rock AMD for a day or two. If I want to rock Nvidia, I'll rock Nvidia. That's the that's that's kind of, I mean, yeah, when you get up and go to work every day and you got a decent job and you make money, you can make choices like that. Like, you can decide for yourself what's good, instead of having to watch people telling you, no man, this is better, this is better. I like Nvidia. I like AMD. I definitely like AMD more. I do. I just feel like the AMD side of things, for me, it feels more empowering. But then I love Nvidia too, man, because they are number one. They do rock the freaking boat, and they do bring the freaking they do bring the tech, and like, and it's cool. It's exciting. But gosh dang, man, like, it's hard to admit that sometimes, because then I just have to deal with the little. I swear, Nvidia fanboys and PlayStation fanboys are literally the same. And you know what? Most of you guys only probably rep that stuff because they are the best. And to tell you the truth, I bet most of the people that come here and give me a hard time are probably rocking like old cards, or like 60 series cards or something like that. And it's like, dude, man, I've went from a 3060 Ti. I've had a 3080. I've had a 4070. I've had a 4070 Super, and now a 4080 Super. And I'll tell you what, man, it has been an interesting ride on the Nvidia side, for sure, for sure. But it's also been an incredible ride on the AMD side. Like, I love both of these freaking GPU manufacturers. I think they're both awesome. 100%. AMD is not only just a budget king. And I wish people would understand that. Like, they're not just a budget king. There are plenty of features and settings and experiences that AMD offers that are better, that are 100% better and worth your time and your investment into the AMD brand. But when it comes to Nvidia, yes, they do have freaking cool, forward thinking technology, and they do have a stranglehold on like AI right now. They do things like broadcast, and other things like RTX, reshade, or whatever. All of these things that Nvidia is bringing out, like, those are cool. They really are cool, and they definitely are, forward thinking stuff. But at the same time, man, like, if that's not your thing and you just want to play games, you can get a good enough experience on an AMD GPU as you can on an Nvidia one. And yeah, I know that like might sound weird to people, but AMD buying that 7900 XT when I did really opened my eyes. Really opened my eyes. And it actually made me really care a lot more about PC gaming, than I was feeling when I was when I was using the Nvidia cards. And yeah, dude, that's just been incredible. And I know you guys don't like these freaking videos, but I like to make them. I like to make them. Um, they do pretty good. They do pretty good. But I am definitely considering quitting. Just covering the PC stuff. Um, just go back to just covering like games or something. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I get to this point like right now when I'm struggling to figure out, you know, what kind of content to make because there's no new fucking games coming out. If I buy the Elden Ring thing, I got to beat the other stuff and then you know what I mean? Like I just don't have the time to invest into Elden Ring because the game is just too dang difficult and it I just don't have the time to invest in it. And there's really nothing else coming out right now that I can do. So I don't know what to do. So I might as well I don't know. I don't know. Like the next game that's coming out is still a ways away. That's all I really have, or to talk about, you know, rumors and stuff like that. Because all I have at the end of the day is a 4080 Super and a 7900 XT. There's a 7800X 3D, you know, but new CPUs are coming out in just a couple weeks. So I guess it doesn't really matter, you know, what I cover. So I don't know. Like I'm getting pretty frustrated. It's really hard to come up with stuff every single day, and to try to stay relevant on YouTube because there's plenty of other channels out there that are probably more relevant than mine when it comes to PC, and that's fine. So, all right, my friends, if you guys like this rant video, let me know in the comment section how you're feeling about it. Let me know if you think I should just quit and move on and go back to playing video games and enjoy my life again. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching.